I'm thrilled beyond belief about who is here today. This is a culmination of so many good actors on a field where there is much work to be done. I have a deep sense of gratitude to the White House and to the leadership that is here right now, a deep sense of gratitude to the congressman and his team and all that they have contributed, the numerous nonprofits that are here, the business people are here, the profound institution that is Rutgers University, and so many others from my team and others that are here. But if I can possibly strike a note that I hope you do not think in any way is inappropriate, there is an urgency in America that is making this day not just good, but needed. We have a painful reality to face. That we in America are facing the first generation of Americans that will have a lower literacy rate than their parents did. We're facing the first generation of Americans that will have a much deeper debt in terms of real dollars that their parents had. We're facing a generation of Americans whose impact in the global economy could be declining potentially and not rising. Now this should get us all pretty fired up and have us all be thinking, no way, not on my watch. We are at an interesting time because with all of these challenges and trend lines that are working against us, we also find ourselves at a time of profound opportunity and tremendous possibility. But I know that it is not just gonna happen, and especially not gonna just happen by government doing more. It really comes down to us in our communities, our families, our neighborhoods, and the decisions that we make to go after. Frederick Douglass said, in life you don't get everything you pay for, but you must pay for everything that you get. And we understand that there's no change that will just happen. King says it won't roll into the wheels of inevitability. It must happen from people who are determined to make it so. I'm proud that now when it comes to the opportunities being made available from the White House, the partnerships here at Rutgers, the business incubators, the access to capital, so many of the things that I see happening, with organizations standing up and doing more. We have fertile ground, but we need to have that entrepreneurial spirit. That's what built America. And especially in the minority communities who have such a powerful history of overcoming insurmountable odds to break the chains of literally slavery, opening the doors of opportunity, crushing Jim Crow, we now must confront the last big hurdle to true justice in America, which is not just having access to sit at a lunch counter, not just having equal rights in terms of the civil rights achievements, but having the opportunity to create lasting wealth and lasting enrichment of our community. We now face in America where I look at cities as not a problem, but we are the solution. We here in urban America will either be the engines of economic opportunity or we will be the opportunity lost, and if we lose that opportunity, our nation will decline. Here in Newark, we are reinventing ourselves in this image of hope. We are finding ways to attract capital to our city. We're seeing development in our city like we haven't seen in my entire lifetime, with new buildings and hotels and others going up in our downtown. We're attracting tech companies like Panasonic here or Audible.com. We're taking advantage of the innate assets that every urban area has, like transportation superstructures. But if we don't begin to better position local community, not just to take advantage of the jobs that are available, but more importantly, to create the wealth, to be the engines of economic opportunity themselves, then we will not capture the great promise of this nation. We will not fulfill what I think is the destiny of the city of Newark and other cities. So today, to me, this is what that is about. We are here to talk about creating that life that I believe God wants it to have, life and have it more abundantly. We are here to create those partnerships and those connections. We're here to open eyes and help people to better understand. We're helping people to realize that we here have all the raw material, all the resources we need, but we must now do all that is necessary to have those kind of economic breakthroughs that will make our generation known not for decline, but known as the ascending generation that claims the truth of America and the promise of our people. And so I conclude with where I started, a great man named Frederick Douglass, who I quoted before, but I love what he said. He said, I prayed for years for my freedom, and I was still a slave. It wasn't until I started praying with my hands and praying with my feet that I found my freedom. Let us roll up our sleeves. Let us go to work. Let us create the destiny that we know we not only deserve, but that God has promised to us. Let us build a brighter future and a greater America. And let's start doing it in our urban centers. Thank you.